Hello everyone. I almost said and we're back. We're back from last week. I am DJ Squirrel. Hello, it is Treetime here on Celestia Radio. We have with us Zai.
Hello.
And Petey. And Shirley. Shirley.
Hello.
And Storm.
Yes, hello.
And 10K.
I have tea.
She has tea.
I have booze.
And
I should make tea.
White Diamond Pony.
I'm home.
Oh no, she's back.
We missed you.
And Fanny.
I'm dying.
Who's dying, so she probably won't talk very much. Real quick, did you see the last week's episode, Miss Rarity?
I did.
And?
I liked it.
Yay.
I didn't even know. I was surprised to see M.A. Larson's name.
Yes.
Because honestly, I thought he was gone from the series.
Oh no,
Alrighty.
it's like his
How
last.
did you recover from the boycott?
Which one?
The one against you.
She recovered from the boycott by getting some boys in her cot. Okay, I'll shut up.
Shut up!
Did AJ beat them all up for you?
Yeah.
But they're family.
No.
Grandparents took care of that.
Her grandparent took care of those assholes.
Yeah.
So,
let's put it this way. After that whole ordeal, probably the first time I've been that drunk.
Were you drunk though?
Well, after it all blew over, yes.
So is stress couture going to become a thing?
It has to be.
If it
I wouldn't be
money,
surprised if Rarity had an entire closet of stress couture buried somewhere in her basement.
Probably has informed one or two of her seasonal lines.
Everyone, just like Hickey has a ball for a brawl emergency, I have fashion for any situation.
That's true.
Even when it's hideous.
Even when
is
it's
it?
out of desperation.
Because stress is a monster.
That is true as well. So, what do we have lined up for the folks tonight, Squirrel?
okay, well, for all of you 9 listeners who's listening to us,
Yay!
we have...
And we love you, by the way.
We have some late breaking news. A new design of vinyl is out. Those ponies that are mostly white, you can color in whatever colors you want. And this one is Twilight. A rather interesting sculpt, I might add. And
So you can make like
let me see
Blossom
that.
Forth or whatever Twilight recolors.
whatever Twilight recolors you want to do, you can do them. Here's a picture of her. But
Yes, my OC. Do not alter.
Also,
Ooh.
That is nice.
I bought the Celestia, the Guardians of Harmony Celestia, a couple weeks ago, and I just got her the other day. She is freaking enormous. I did not realize how big she is.
Really? I've seen
Like
her in
how tall?
packages. I don't think she's that.
Those were my cross thoughts when she first met Celestia in the
She's pretty big. She's quite... I need to get like a Coke can and just get something for a reference because she's pretty decent size. Plus she's got a really awesome looking... I didn't take her out of the box, but she's got a really nice looking... kind of looks like stained glass with like shooting stars in the background. That's behind her. But anyway, some bigger news, which, oh my god, 10K, you're going to love this. There is... I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to let you stare at this picture.
She runs a sushi truck?
She runs a sushi
She
truck.
runs a sushi truck, yeah.
Was it Sunset?
Yes.
I guess kind
Yes.
of.
Where is Starlight? I want my Starlight.
Starlight's EKG design is so cute.
I'm still not a huge fan of that wool cap.
I
Or
don't
the
like
beret
the
she has?
Starlight
I think it's
toy.
cute.
I just like the little Animu sticker for the menu thing that's just like, oh my god. And her little sushi wheels. Sushi wheels.
I just don't get where this came from.
I guess that's just how she's making a living. She's serves sushi.
And lives in the fucking attic of the.
Oh yes, I remember that picture.
So, well, actually, no. Sunset in canon has a house. She has a little studio apartment.
Yeah, very tiny. It's like it's like a living room and a kitchen with a loft.
Yeah. Okay. Back to regular news. More MLP posters, and wow, these are freaking awesome as all hell.
Yeah, I saw these on Twitter from posted on the actual MLP movie Twitter, which was pretty cool.
These are legit amazing. I really want the Spike one. I really do.
The effect is best if you've got a black light.
Yeah. It looks so cool.
I mean, black. What would a black light do, QD? I mean, these are just like actual posters, aren't they?
Yeah,
there's more than the 3 I saw. Okay, I only saw 3 on Twitter.
Oh god, I forgot the names of these new characters, and when I was going through them, I said Princess Skystar. I just scrolled real past it real quick. Skylar. It's like, oh god, no.
But I mean, my first sort of thing when I saw these, my artist brain immediately like dissected them, and I can tell it probably wasn't too much. I mean, it wouldn't be hard work creating like the outline and glow and everything, but like getting the colors are what's nice about these. I think. Like how they get them to like flow really smoothly.
And speaking of good art, Fanny, you're gonna love this. QD, you might like this too. I like it. Guess what this is a parody of for the new comic?
And the thumbnails. Oh, that is great.
That is
Yeah,
wonderful.
it's pretty cool.
I think you'd appreciate it.
For those of you who do not have access to a computer right now for whatever reason, it is a parody of the poster for the first Star Trek movie, the slow motion picture.
Yes, there's a reason we call it that if you've never seen it.
Yes.
But it is still a great poster, and this looks beautiful.
If anyone wants
complete
to
with the truck font for the caption there.
Yeah.
Now I just can't help but think of Nostalgia Critic and his review of it. Cut!
cut. Oh, but now moving on to cons.
Yeah, con cred, not to be confused with what Fanny's got. Basically.
If you live in the wonderful city of Bangkok, you can go to a pony convention.
Bangkok, the capital of Thailand.
Yes. You can go to Project C Pony, which...
Ooh, sounds fancy.
You know, one night in Bangkok makes a hard man humble.
Oh, God.
I know that. I hate you for that song reference.
I'm gonna have to use that as a joke in my ship fic.
But
do you?
Yes.
Yes, I will. I need to. I have to.
Looking at their schedule.
That does sound like a dad joke, actually.
A terrible dad joke.
Looking at their schedule, we get Michelle Creever's going to be there.
Yeah.
There's going to be some show panels, some PMV stuff. Speaking of which, I'm going to finally submit our show to EQD. I cannot believe I did not do that before. I must just be really stupid. So I will be submitting that to EQD when I get this episode uploaded. Will also be gem sessions, and there's going to, of course, be a couple concerts going on. Then actually, this is actually kind of neat. A chill space. Listen to music, watch assorted content created by the fandom, or take the stage for an open mic session while winding down in a free space to chat and hang out with other attendees. It actually sounds
that's awesome.
Nice.
See, I think cons need that. Sometimes it's nice just to like have a space just to chill out and like just to have a little bit of relaxing fun. Also, a drawing space.
Let's see. More Michelle
Quiet
Krieger
room
stuff.
where there's tea and beanbag chairs and little crafties.
Ooh, and this actually looks cool. My Little Sweetheart, led by the Thai bronies with the help of talents from all over Southeast Asia. Come take a look at what goes on behind the scenes of My Little Sweetheart, a visual novel based on the characters. Then they have an orchestra, more PMV stuff. Roast the cockpit. Oh.
What?
Okay, so basically it's just a sort of a little bit of a feedback panel / roast of the staff. And then that's pretty much it.
Well, given last week's episode, traditionally with a roast, there is a rebuttal period by the man of the hour.
Yeah, when we roasted my mother, she kind of forgot to do that to all of us.
Also, for HasCon, if anyone wants to go to HasCon, September 8th to the 11th, there's a couple
I can
more...
HasCon.
Well played.
Please tell me that joke has been made already. Please tell me.
I don't think it has for this convention.
I haven't seen it.
There's a couple more MLP guests of honor. Brenda Hickey and Mary Jane Begin will be at HasCon, ready to meet you all. Has been okay. They're basically IDW people. And yeah, just booking comic people. So
I need to draw Miss Rarity doing that. Icon has drawn.
yes.
I'm drawing Rarity anyway right now. I wonder if I could just like convert this picture.
Wow, this is awfully long. Okay, I'll save that one for last. Up next, Through the Years Film Festival happening at the Paley Center. Basically, it's a MLP throughout the years, September 23rd from 12 to 3. And this will be in New York City and Beverly Hills, so both places. They will be just talking about the old school stuff and the modern stuff with a bunch of activities for kids and free pony toys. So if you're around there, that looks pretty fun. What else we got? Oh, yes. The Friendship Tour Bus.
Yes.
For those of you in the UK, apparently liking something popular is too much of a good thing for one little tiny bus, because there was way too many people and not enough stuff. And so they had to keep turning people away because they're just...
See, I actually heard about this already, and I was wondering how, because I don't really check an EKG very much. It's because I bought a magazine the other day, and it was actually in the magazine. I guess I'm used to things not happening in England, because I kind of assumed it wasn't. But I was like, if that came by, it'd be awesome to like take a picture of it, but I would never like try to get on, because I'd assume it's like, why the fuck is a grown man trying to like get on this bus? That's probably for little kids and things.
Why not?
But I imagine I probably would not be the only one.
Twilight wearing that little hat, that little bus hat, is just cute.
Yeah. I posted the magazine page
Why
as well.
is she wearing that? That's just weird.
Why not?
She's the main character. She's driving the bus.
Twilight's driving the bus to hell.
I didn't know she was allowed a driver's license.
Well, she is a princess, and there's like some sort of...
Oh, that's right. Loophole.
Yeah.
Up next, we've probably already looked into this, but I will talk about it anyway. Discovery Family releases the highlights for the episodes coming in September. Change of Changeling, Daring Done, It Isn't the Main Thing About You.
Huh?
Wow. A Health of Information, Marks and Recreation. Those are
Oh,
the
God!
1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, no.
Marks and Recreation.
Yeah. Wanting to help Okay, so
It's supposed to be. Don't they make like a Cutie Mark Crusader camp?
do you want me to read off all of the little synopsises or no?
I prefer not to. Some of our listeners as well might prefer to go in blind.
Okay, I will not. I will refrain from reading them then.
Just for the sake of Zai's sanity.
Yes.
No, I'm just saying because I'm probably not the only one who doesn't want to hear the synopsis. But if you want, you can certainly check out the UKG link.
Another Equestria Girls short aired. This one was Epic Fails. This is the one that has
Epic Fails.
I can't.
Yeah, it was kind of cringy. I thought.
Well, that was the point. It was supposed to be.
I mean, not just because of their quote unquote epic fails, some of which weren't as epic as the name implied.
Yeah.
But
wait, is this a new EQG short?
Yeah, it's a new summer short, but it just seemed like general phoning it in. But then again, Ireland.
That's all the shorts are.
The only good thing that looked really good was with there was a scene with Rarity. She's smiling at sunset, and she's got a piece of like broccoli or whatever in her teeth, and Sunset's trying to tell her you've got some broccoli in your teeth without actually saying it, and it's actually kind of cute because she's like waving her arms, and Rarity's like smiling and waving her arms back, and so Sunset in desperation rips off a ginormous leaf from a plant that's like bigger than her head, and tries to like eat it, and everyone's like staring at her like, what the fuck are you doing?
Sorry, horse.
I wish that was the explanation.
So, also, sadly, poor Legends of Equestria cannot catch a break.
What happened
They
now?
were delayed due to yet another cyber attack. So they had to push back to open access.
Did it come from North Korea?
I would be
To
surprised.
September 10th. It doesn't tell you where the cyber, where it originated from.
That's not
But
that far back.
they had to push it back to September 10th. So I keep forgetting. Are we all going to try to play this or no? Because I kind of do.
I might.
Also,
What are we trying to play?
Legends of Equestria, that RPG thing.
I
think too, but we haven't really made any effort towards it.
Yeah, well, once it releases, because I know when it first came out, we had a fun time.
The only one who made a big effort of
I've
it.
always wanted to try it, but I just was never able to log in.
Yeah, well, hopefully that'll be fixed by the time this will be done. Also, for those of you that enjoyed the Doors series, Doors 3 is going to be delayed until next year. But that's fine.
Next year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I am happy they're making a new one, but damn, that sucks.
They're going to be showing it. They're going to be showing it at BronyCon 2018, which will be at the end of July. So
That depends on whoever shows up.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Even
Let's see. Also, Ponies 5 was released a couple days ago. So
Yes.
If you
And
enjoyed
Solid
the series,
Wait, Ponies 5, that was hilarious. And Pinkie Pie steals the freaking show.
of course, as always,
I need to see whatever this is.
she forgot to speak in gibberish and started speaking English, and it was like, oh, whoops. Also, Rainbow Dash dies.
Yes, Rainbow Dash dies.
yes.
The fuck is this? Is this like another anthology thing? Or?
No,
It's like. Have you ever played Sims? The Sims?
Oh, those. Right. Okay, I've seen some of those then.
I do really like how the artist made Pound and Pumpkin like a little Colton Philly.
Yeah.
Because in all honesty, I really am kind of upset that they still have not done that for those two. Those two don't need to be infants forever.
Yeah.
Shall return.
Up next, we now have RDJ with us, so I guess I better be pounding his Twitter.
What? Who?
We have Robert Downey Jr. posting ponies.
What?
Yes.
Tony, you came through.
Yes.
Why is Robert Downey
Also-
Jr. posting ponies?
It's funny because I actually designed, made an attempt at designing an Iron Man pony years ago, like long before I'd ever even been into Iron Man. But like someone on Google Plus wanted me to, so I was like, hey, I'll give it a try. I'll see if I can dig up the old sketch actually.
I like
So
how
you need to explain this, Squirrel. What the hell is this?
it's
a
someone.
Robert Downey Jr. pony in an Iron Man pony suit. Iron pony suit.
Yeah, it's just here. I'll post the picture. 1 second.
I already posted I posted the link to the chat.
Yeah. But
You sort of see a little bit.
Robert Downey Jr. posted this on his Twitter.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, he is just as narcissistic as the characters he plays.
No,
I like-
seriously. Okay, for instance, I've heard that his ability to improv and still be in fucking character is rivaled only. The only person who can top him or match him is Tom Holland. Like the infamous trailer scene where it looks like Tony's going in for a hug, and Peter hugs him back, and he's like, "Nope, no, I'm not hugging. Just getting the door for you." That was not in the script. That was not even. No, that was a complete. That was a muck up.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like literally. Robert just was leaning in to get the door, and Tom, not knowing what else to do, just gave him a hug, and then
and Robert's just like, I'm not hugging you. I'm just trying to get the door.
I love this.
I posted my sketch.
I love this little
It's
comment.
quite old.
That's pretty good, Si.
Yeah.
Considering that was like before I ever saw Iron Man anything, I just like looked up a little bit of reference.
I was gonna say, did you just do that right now?
You should.
No,
post
that was years ago.
Zai, you should post that to his Twitter.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess I could.
Make sure you tag our DJ.
Like he
Make
was
sure you
fun
post
to
it to the right tone, and make sure you post it to the right RDJ, because I'm sure there's plenty of fakers.
Well, I'll find
There's a lot of people out there probably named.
I'll find the actual Twitter, but I am usually very careful about that. I would find the actual like post with the Iron Man thing. I like that the cutie mark is like the thingy, the
Arc
reactor. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Up next, a couple pony games are out. Both are equally just as creepy.
Are they
The
anything
first-
like that Fluttershy is a nurse or something? Dental pony stuff?
Kind of.
Oh god, the things that Vanna plays is Flush.
It's one of those.
Jeez.
It's one of those really those horrible like those Twilight is pregnant kind of games. Those really
Oh, those exactly the ones
disgusting
I'm talking
ones.
about.
That would piss a lot of fans off.
But Jim Sterling plays a weird pony racing game, Pony Joy. Hopping on board for easy videos, trashing them. A well-known Jim Sterling, a well-known name in the game journalism sphere, decided to scoop up a game called Pony Joy, where you raise an awkward-looking pony baby, Tamagotchi style.
Oh,
and
God.
it looks just as horrifying. Like, I'm not even going to click on the video because no, I don't want.
Looks
my
as
poor-
horrifying as it sounds.
I don't want my my poor
By the
brain
way-
to be broken.
Yes.
how do I sound?
A little better.
Yeah.
I
Little raspy.
Well, yeah.
I finally got some fucking tea.
Yay.
Not just
Um,
tea.
Fucking
Now-
tea.
On to creepy.
Perfect
but-
Carlos.
On to more creepy, but not as horrifyingly creepy. The creepy top-down pony shooter Delirium has been in development for a while now. It's come a long way since then with its 11th alpha update out and listing over on the Steam store as of today. It's going the early access route, so it isn't quite available yet. But basically, a powerful unicorn whose soul has been consumed by darkness dooms the world to endless suffering. The main character sets off for the journey, his goal to find a pandemonium, the place where the greatest of all evil resides. He must stop the unicorn and banish the darkness back to hell. It's an experimental 2D shooter with the elements of a horror game. The game brings together some mechanics back from the 90s classics, such as search for the keys, non-linear levels, and a lot of other things. Moreover, the game contains a lot of experimental tricks, such as random events, non-traditional controls for a shooter game. That sounds horrible. So, look that up if you want to look that up.
I'd like to see if Scott Ross or one of the Game Grumps would play it then.
Yeah. Speaking,
I should try and get the Game Grumps too.
Speaking of the Game Grumps, that actually leads me to a nice little quick segue. They've been playing Sonic Mania, and Aaron is like, holy shit! I saw
my desktop notified me of that, but I've been watching one of their older playthroughs, so I haven't gotten it to it yet. But I was like, oh my god, another Sonic game! They're always amazing.
Is this the game is this the game for the crazy ass animation video that dropped all over social media a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, this is that game, Sonic Mania.
I know the title. I mean, like
the way that video was, I thought there was a new series they were making.
No. Actually, that was animated by the same guy that did that stupid Sonic animation with like the "I'm nipples the enchilada." Brr, it's awfully cold out here.
What?
Oh my god, what?
It was a really dumb like parody thing.
I'll
have to find it.
I just kind of wish they would get my pony dads and actually like it.
But
oh god.
But yeah, Sonic Mania is amazing. It not only references a bunch of old Sonic games.
I actually thought it was an old Sonic game.
Well, no, it's new.
Well, it is old style.
It's old style.
Yeah. I don't exactly follow Sonic franchise. So
that
just
it's a 2D side-scrolling platformer.
So,
like
but they reference they reference Game Gear, they reference Sega Saturn, they reference Sonic CD. They even reference a few other games. They reference the stupid Sonic popcorn game, which was a little niche.
Whoa, that didn't sound very healthy.
A little niche thing that Japan had.
I'm sick.
Of
course, it didn't.
As you would play this game as your popcorn was being made for this popcorn.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, because Sega's weird.
Sega is weird.
But it's really good. That animation is so much reminiscent of Sonic Boom. They even reference Sonic the Fighters. I was having quite a blast just watching the playthrough. But going right back to ponies real quick, and this is going to be a bit of a long one. They interviewed Felicia Day.
Nice.
Awesome.
So I'm going to talk. I have to talk about every single question, I guess. So to get the ball rolling, how did you discover My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic? I discovered the show when I kept seeing everyone talk about bronies. I think it was at Dragon Con many years back. I was fascinated and a bit excited because as a kid I loved ponies. Following up on that, who was your favorite character of the show? I kind of loved Fluttershy because of her love of animals, of course. Have you already seen the episode? If so, what did you think? I saw it and I loved it more than anything. I teared up actually, which is hard to do when you're actually in the show. The song was so pretty, I DM'd Jim and asked him, is that really me singing? The first time I heard the song you sang in the episode was at New York Toy Fair. The production had gotten as far as a storyboard animatic when the footage was shown, but the emotional impact of the moment was already crystal clear. Was there anything you specific had to do to prepare yourself for this performance? There was a scratch track that sent in with someone else singing the tune. She had such a beautiful voice, I was intimidated. But I worked with my voice coach and tried to forget how the other woman sang so I could put my own stamp on it. Luckily, the recording process was so fun I forgot to be intimidated and just have fun. See? There's motivation right there. While this episode was absolutely beautiful and answered a few of the questions surrounding Applejack's parents, it had a moral lesson that hadn't really been touched upon in television, specifically the tragedy of what happened between Pear Butter and her father, Grandpere. Point in fact, the last lines your character had in this episode was this very argument. Though it wasn't stated in the episode, it is implied rather heavily that the last time those two ever saw each other was on her wedding day. What do you think about that? I think it's very sad, as they say, family is what you make of it. It's hard enough learning who you are in the world. To be rejected because of it is devastating and unfair. I have a baby girl, and my job in life is to introduce her to everything so she can truly discover who she is. I will support that no matter what. If someone can't do that for their own baby, well, that's tragic. But you can't live another life just to make other people happy. Having been a veteran of the Guild, Adventure Time, MST3K, The Return, and Star Wars Detours, can you please tell us some of the differences you found when preparing for either a voice role or a live action role? Every job is unique. Some require no prep, some an awful lot. I think just finding the joy in each role is the key. Making sure I feel relaxed and comfortable and having fun, because I think that's when I do my best work. I know the show's director, Jim Miller, likes to reach out personally when booking guest talent, so has becoming a guest star on the show a similar experience for you, or was it something different entirely? Nope, Twitter was how I got the job. I love Twitter. Okay. What were some of the unique challenges which came from preparing for the role of Peer Better? The accent and really making sure everyone felt the emotion behind her estrangement from her own family. Being caught between two kinds of love like that is hard, and I wanted to represent that authentically. MLP has the bulk of its voice work recorded in Vancouver. However, the show has been known to be very accommodating with their star schedule, blah, blah, blah. Did you fly to Vancouver and work with the rest of the cast on the show, or did you end up recording your lines in the States? I recorded in LA, and I was very pregnant, so thankfully they worked around my schedule. I popped in and did the record in nick of time. Well.
Wait, Felicia's pregnant?
I guess so. When did you find out you would be guest starring opposite William Shatner? I didn't find out until the day I recorded. It blew my mind. What was it like working with him? I didn't get to record with him in the same room, of course. So my only experience is seeing the episode back, and it was so thrilling. Bucket list item checked. What is the major takeaway you get from recording this episode? That the show is not just a cartoon that entertains, it is meaning underneath, and I can't wait to show it to my own little girl when she's old enough.
Aww.
That's cute.
She didn't get to meet Shatner?
No, because Shatner...
Oftentimes they don't. Like, the staff were telling me they answered a similar sort of question at Galcon. They kind of just go into their own recordings, and then that's it. Like,
each other.
That's what goes out of our house.
All right. For classic example is with back in 2005 during the good days of Full Metal Alchemist, everyone was like always asking Vic Mignogna and little tiny baby Aaron Disney, he was like 10, how they enjoyed working with each other, and they kind of had to explain that they were never in the same room with each other ever when they were recording, and sometimes they were even recording days or months apart.
Like, even Ashley didn't know that Shatner was in the episode until she watched it.
Yeah, and actually, which is kind of a bit of a contrast when you look at some other types of recordings. I mean, even in LP, I know for a fact that the main 6 voice actresses and the CMCs will often be in the same studio.
That's because most of the time they are in the same town or the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
When they're not, they have to record separately.
But this is also kind of a contrast to Japan's voice acting, where they actually have the whole cast in the room. And when they're not, when an actor isn't, doing any voice work at the time, he goes and takes a seat. And this actually lends to a lot of anime dubs having, or animes having extra animated scenes of bloopers, because, the actors will just give each other shit for, screwing up, while they're in the recording booth.
Oh my god, I'd love to say that.
But yeah, and also with a high profile actor, they most of the time do it on their own, because one, scheduling, and two,
probably the best example of a high profile actor doing voice work has to be Patrick Stewart when he voices for American Dad.
Yeah,
Patrick Stewart lives in London, and he records everything in London. So Patrick Stewart records, send them over, and then Seth and the rest of the team have to go over him and say, "Damn it!" And they call him up. It's like, "Mr. Stewart, you screwed up on this line. Can you do it again?" And then, knowing Patrick Stewart, he probably does something really snarky and hilarious because he's a fucking troll, and then he does it again and sends him over. I think the only time he ever actually came in was when he did the voice of the Emperor for Bethesda's Oblivion.
Yes.
I don't understand with Rocks.
Speaking of Patrick Stewart, he's going to be playing a villain, and I'm so
Except for
excited.
celebrities die quick.
A villain in what?
He's going to be playing a villain in the new Lego Avengers game.
Oh my god.
I'm so excited. Anyway.
So is that news there, Squirrel?
What?
Have you heard Patrick Stewart?
There's a bunch more other. Well, there's not. Okay, good. There's not too many. Okay, so I'm gonna finish these off real fast. Basically asked if they're willing to be guest starring on the show again. She goes, yes, of course. Okay, doesn't know if she's aware of this, but fellow MST 3K alumni Patton Oswalt was a guest star. Did you have a chance to talk with him about your shared experiences guest starring on the show, either before or after your recording session? I don't know, so I didn't ask him, but that's cool. That I'll have to search out this episode, of course.
Oh god, she's gonna love that.
Yeah. Much like some of the larger fandoms in the world, My Little Pony fan base and Brony especially host their own fan conventions several times a year. I'd be interested in attending one of these Brony conventions, if I have time, of course. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about or would like to say to the readers of EQD? Thank you for embracing Pear Butter. She's a beautiful character. It means so much to me that she resonates with the Brony fan base. And that's it. We're finally done. No more news.
Felicia Day is an absolute sweetheart.
She's a pure bean.
Mm-hmm.
She really is. I mean, Fanny likes to go off on Steve being the ultimate cinnamon roll, but I don't know. I think Felicia beats all of the cinnamon rolls.
And now I'm just sad I didn't see her at Comic-Con.
Aww.
Because she was there.
That's a shame.
Oh well.
Oh Lord.
Get out of the way. Do you want to do a music break?
Let's do a music break. So we'll be right back, everyone, here on Treetime on whatever the hell station we're on. See y'all.
Treetime on Celestial Radio. All pony all the time.
Except when our host doesn't remember the name of our station.
Yeah,
exactly.
Or we're dying.
Or that we're dying.
Or that we're dying.
We're all dying, Fanny.
Yay.
I am nobody's Zaifu.
You are my favorite.
And this is how we come back on air.
This is how we come back on air, ladies and gentlemen.
Come back on air. So, for those of you that are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, which I lost a subscriber, I'm extremely upset about this.
Not with me.
You
No,
bastard!
I keep fluctuating between 671 and 672. My life, everyone.
I must have that 672nd person.
So anyway, thankfully for the wonderfulness that is Trade and his amazing voice, and my wonderful, amazing audio editing skills and scripting skills, we have created an advertisement for our show and our Teespring for everyone to look at, and I think it's rather hilarious. It contains everything that people look for when they're looking for ads.
Old-timey voices. Cats. Angry
That's about it.
stories.
I can have cheeseburger.
You had me at Angry Story.
Oh, you hear that, folks?
Oh, so you're her Zaifu.
No, when
Zai
did that?
thinks Angry Starry is cute.
Yes.
We all think Angry Story is cute.
This is why Shirley works for the county now, works for the courts now. Now there's going to be a court case between Starry and Stormy about who owns Zai.
Yeah.
No.
I'll be the bailiff, and we'll see if you can adjudicate this in a custody court.
And this means, wait, who's going to play the judge then?
I'll do
You can
it.
be the judge, Squirrel.
Okay, I'll
Just
play the judge.
get Judge Rinder to do it. He's funny.
See, this is why I was like thinking it's too bad we don't have any like SFM artists to make little shorts with our characters, and then we get so big we make an SFM movie and become like only slightly better than we are now. But
Have you guys seen? Because I mentioned it. Have you guys seen Judge Rinder? It's basically England's version of Judge Judy. But he's really camp and really funny.
I don't know,
It's a
Zai.
very
You should link us a video on YouTube. I'll take a look at it because Judge Judy can be pretty goddamn fucking funny.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of
Yes.
episodes of Judge Judy. It was nice. But I do love Judge Window. It's funny. I usually see it while I'm making lunch.
Although I can say, although I will say this, as far as like my new job, being a bailiff is interesting to say the least. I mean, I've only done it for a week, but it is really interesting. Luckily, I got some really good experience of just standing around, looking intimidating with my hands folded in front of my in front of my body. And 10 knows about this. I did this for her with her last Royal High Tea.
Mm-hmm.
I was the Secret Service pony behind the princesses and the prince. Yes, Shining Armor needs his own Secret Service. I'm sorry, folks. He just no.
Of course he does. Shining's kind of useless.
Now I want to do a Judge Squirrel. He handles all the nuts.
Yeah, it does handle all the nut jobs.
Then we
Really,
can have
to be honest though, I will
get
say
nut
this much.
jobs.
I have met all of the county judges in the district, and every single one of them is honestly a treat to be around. They're really nice people, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Because like they just like, oh hi, how you doing? They're just so happy that I'm there, and I'm like, oh thank you, Judge. And it's just kind of like, wow, you're really freaking chill.
Now I want to do a thing with like Miss Rarity versus Applejack on who is better at top or bottom.
Oh,
That hardly requires
my.
a lawsuit.
Don't do this while AJ's unable to attend.
Seriously.
She has family business.
Yeah, and that's why AJ sent me in her stead. I mean, for any type of Apple-related puns or things that don't involve Miss Rarity. I want to make that absolutely clear.
Good luck, Rayburn.
Moving on. Because it sounds kind of awkward now with
Yeah.
Storm
Get it.
laughing. And...
No, I just want to say I'm Squirrel's favorite person right now.
All right,
Okay.
so a real quick thing to change the mood, unfortunately, from a goofy, awkward one to a slight somber one. I do want to like point out that a few days ago was the anniversary of one of the greatest performers in musical history around the world. I don't know the exact amount of time, but August 14th or 15th, maybe 16th, several years ago, Elvis Presley died of complications to heart problems and drug overdose.
And straining its stool.
Yes, thank you, QD. The king died on his throne.
Ba-doom-ching.
And to be honest, though, the title "The King" was very well deserved. I mean, this man helped define the concept of rock and roll in the United States.
By stealing it from black people.
By stealing it from black people, yes. But
That being said, like his early Sun records are really still stand the test of time. Like,
they really do. They're honestly just a treat to listen to. They're so much fun.
That's All Right by itself is going to be immortal.
It is. It really is. And I think there's not a soul on. I don't think there's a soul in the modernized world does not recognize immediately when they hear "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog" and know, oh yeah, that's Elvis.
Or Jailhouse Rock.
Or Jailhouse Rock.
Or Heartbreak Hotel. Or
Blue Suede Shoes.
well,
Somebody
Blue
already
Suede
did that.
Shoes was
Somebody did
Carl
that song.
Perkins, technically
No.
speaking.
What's the
Oh,
one that's a little less conversation, a little more action? I don't know.
Oh yeah, little less conversation.
There's
Mostly
one.
because it was remixed, but you know, whatever.
It's still a good remix.
It's a good remix, yeah.
Now,
And there's
Las
one other thing to know about
Vegas.
him.
now I'm just thinking back to Rockadoodle for some reason.
What?
Anyway.
Anyways.
Anyway.
something else, if I may.
Moving on from the depression, God rest in peace, King of Rock and Roll. Thank you.
And if I have to say this, but to Elvis Aaron Presley, thank you very much.
Why?
Because
I
it's
apologize
cute.
beforehand.
Yeah, he did say he was sorry.
Except he's really not.
He probably isn't.
You're right, I'm not.
So what else can we talk about?
You know what? I think it's probably best to say that, the past week has made everyone's lives, shall we say, hurricane-like. So why don't we talk about 3 of my favorite things? Race cars, lasers, and aeroplanes.
I got it.
I think it's time that we
Here
might
in
solve a mystery
Duckburg.
or rewrite history. Let's talk about the new DuckTales.
Yes. Let us talk about the new DuckTales. Oh my god. First of
for that,
all,
I'm going into the next room because I can see it.
they mention, first of
That is
all,
okay,
right,
Fanny. You will get to see it sooner or later.
right out of the gate, they mention Spoonersville and St. Canard. So we both have Darkwing Duck and Goof
actually,
Troop.
you know what? Hang on. I do have to make a comment about this, guys. I got to make a comment about this because this really, when I found out about this, it really kind of triggered me a little bit. So in the original DuckTales, St. Canard, even though they never said they were the same universe, they mentioned it, so whatever. But St. Canard was supposed to be like a good distance away from Duckburg. Now it's across the bay. I'm like, did they just pull a fucking reboot of the Justice League movie series?
Yes, they're doing a DC reboot, yes.
So Gizmo Duck is going to be Superman, and Darkwing's going to be Batman.
I am okay
Oh
with
my
this.
God.
As long as they don't scream Martha, why did you say that name?
Yeah, exactly. And also, we got confirmation. We have a Darkwing Duck series in the works.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's going to be part of DuckTales. It's not going to be its own series.
No
But-
fair. It needs to be its own series.
I
It's
know.
Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck.
But still, something is better than nothing, and I am so looking forward to this.
Especially if they do how they did with this openings episode. This was fucking beautiful.
Oh,
Yes,
it was
these 2 episodes
so
were
much
good.
fun the entire time.
So let's get on specifically with the DuckTales episode. Woohoo!
Yes, it opens with Donald living on a houseboat with his nephews.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Which one's the evil one?
Right off the bat, I'd like to
Louie.
say something. It's actually really nice to have Donald participating in DuckTales because it
Yes.
was always Scrooge and the boys. So it's nice to have Donald solidly in there.
Well,
He makes
in the
sporadic
original-
appearances in the original.
Yeah, in the original, though, the reason they sent him to Uncle Scrooge, to their great Uncle Scrooge, is
He
because
was in the
Donald
Navy.
was called into service. He had to go back to the Navy.
The only thing I don't like about this Donald is the VA. It sometimes gets really hard to understand him.
Isn't
Here's
that the point of Donald?
Yeah, Donald by himself is difficult to understand. But we
Yes.
should also point out that this is Tony Anselmo, the official voice for Donald Duck, and has been since the early 80s when the guy who created Donald's voice, Clarence Nash, handpicked him and taught him everything he knew about how to do Donald.
He's basically the second generation of the official VAs of Donald.
Yeah.
So while it may be difficult to understand, he's been that way since before DuckTales.
Yeah, at least he got that angry. What do you even call that when he gets so angry that he
It's
just yells?
It's kind of a yelling quack, and that's probably the easiest thing I can do.
He's basically
for Donald.
pulling. He's pulling a Ned Flanders. Basically. He's pulling a Ned Flanders.
But Donald has an interview. Apparently, been out of work for some time.
Indeed.
And because of his mischievous nephews,
The veteran out of work. Who go figure?
there's a bit of a mishap with the babysitter. So only person left is his estranged Uncle Scrooge.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually are specifically saying, yes, this is Donald's uncle, so this is the boy's great uncles. They even say that.
Yes.
Mrs. Beakley, who is a fucking badass in this.
Oh God! Not only is she built like a brick shit
I
house,
want your secretary, Womp.
I'm not your secretary. I think she's Swedish.
No, she's very. She's got a very English accent.
She's very British. Yeah.
Very
I will say this about the three boys. I see just a very smidgen of a hint of Quack Pack. A very tiny little.
Yeah, there's a
tinsy
tiny bit of it there, but as long as they don't go beyond that, I will be totally fine with it.
Yeah.
Because fuck the Quack Pack. Oh my god.
Fuck it.
Did I just hear my phone texting come through someone else's mic?
I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay. Maybe not. I thought it echoed off of Shirley's mic or something, but no.
This is why I keep my phone muted.
Anyway, but yeah, continue, Cutie.
Yes. So Scrooge McDuck is, of course, the richest duck in the world, and has been a bit of a legendary explorer. Apparently, finding out what Chupacabra is, and fighting a stone giant, or
fighting a stone giant and then defeating it, and then carving his face into what was left of the giant. That's honestly kind of horrifying to hear.
Yeah, that sounds pretty messed
pretty
up.
horrifying, but also kind of badass.
It is a cartoon, so I can imagine it just did the thing where they swirl around the character and it's got the dust cloud, and then it's done. It's like, oh, there we go.
But and of course, David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck.
Oh my god, this man is
David Tennant?
It is.
It is. And he is the most Scottish fucking... He has let his inner Scotsman just run wild with this man.
And I'm sure he's been so happy being Scottish again.
Oh, yeah. It's a really funny thing.
That's because everyone needs to be more Scottish. Period.
For those of you who are fans of David Tennant but have never actually heard him in his native Scottish accent, when you listen to him play the Doctor, and then you hear him as a Scotsman, it is night and fucking day.
He's
so
really good at Scottish
recognize
accent.
it's David Tennant voicing Scrooge. What are you talking about? This is a garage.
So I have heard him in
No, it's garage.
Just call it what everyone else does, a car park.
A car hold.
It's dilapidated jalopy out my driveway.
That entire argument scene between Donald and Scrooge
was beautiful.
It was beautiful because you've got that. Oh, here we go again. You know,
here we go. It's because apparently, from what I'm understanding, Donald left Scrooge from being an adventurer because something happened, and we can only assume with the boys' mother, Donald's sister. And Scrooge got and Scrooge got kind of upset that Donald just left him and is refused, any of Scrooge's help, and is just deciding to remain on a houseboat. And Donald's like, "Well, fuck you, you rich old man. You don't care about family." Because it's clear in the first episode that Donald does not trust Scrooge at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right before dropping off his nephews, he says, "Remember, no tricks, no lies, no pranks or whatever the line." And they go, "Yes, Uncle Donald, I wasn't talking to you." So definite trust issues going on.
Yeah. So, and I really hope we get to explore this more. I hope they're actually going to expand on this.
Mm-hmm. And it's actually really nice to foreshadow that this does have something to do with family that we don't know about with the Duck family, because, well, it's more stuff to learn about the characters.
Speaking of more stuff to learn about the characters, after, trying to push the boys as far away from him as possible, especially when they get under his skin with a comment. You used to be a big deal. What happened?
What happened to you? You used to be a big deal. Just yelling in his face.
They are soon abducted by Webigail Webby Vanderquack.
Oh, thank absolute Christ for this Webby.
Yes.
Oh my God.
She is Mabel duck form.
She is. She's Mabel, but like even more hyperactive as that is possible. It's like Mabel on a permanent sugar high.
Very similar in voice, actually, if you think about it.
Extremely
As opposed to Kristen Shaw, who played Mabel Pines in Gravity Falls. Kate Cooch of Garfunkel and Oates fame.
And Sadie in Steven Universe as well.
Yes, she plays Webby, and fantastic performance there as well.
But I have to actually, again, I have to give absolute credit for this to the writers of the show for how they remade Webby, because oh my God, it's like to paraphrase the Nostalgia Critic when he reviewed Looney Tunes, the newest Looney Tunes cartoons. I don't know if it's still going on, but oh, hip hoppity Christ, thank God for Lola. But yes, the same reaction to Webby, because oh my God, even when I was a kid, I could not stand this child.
Definitely a fifth wheel.
Oh, she was just so annoying.
And then you had a sixth wheel with Bubba Duck, but that's much later. Apparently, there's a reference to Bubba in the garage. There's like bones of a cave duck.
Oh my God.
And speaking of that, there are so many Easter eggs. For instance, when Webby reveals that she is a big enthusiast of Scrooge McDuck and his family, she reveals this pushpin board that is riddled with information and family trees and strings from pushpins making certain connections. Just parsing through that it reveals a wealth of information, especially about the last treasure, or the lost treasure. We know that involves Donald. It involves sky pirates, possibly a Tailspin reference. And we also know that Cape Suzette is this place. I'm
not sure. Do you think Tailspin's in the same universe?
They mentioned Cape Suzette by name.
Holy shit! They're in the same universe. If I saw the shit, I forgot the name of the plane.
Oh God, the
Sea Duck.
The Sea Duck, yeah.
If I saw the Sea Duck, I would have to insist that Scrooge say, "That's kind of racist."
But most strikingly of all these little references is how much they tie in with the existing Uncle Scrooge and Donald Duck comics from way back in the day.
Yeah, like we're talking, what, the 40s, 50s?
40s,
50s, 60s.
And what was their relationship back then?
Well, they basically appeared in little, comic books, serialized comic books, and much of the lore for Scrooge McDuck and Donald Duck's family comes from these comics, including characters that we already know are going to make an appearance, like Gladstone Gander, who is Donald's obscenely lucky cousin.
Yeah, and of course we've already gotten. Who else did we get? Apparently, according to the show staff, we even also got an appearance by Duckworth in the first episode.
So this makes you wonder: does that make Gladstone Scrooge's son?
No, Gladstone is Donald's cousin by his father's side.
Okay.
So Scrooge's brother.
No.
No. Scrooge's sister,
Hortense's son, right?
His son
Hortense.
is Donald.
Scrooge, I think if we remember, Scrooge never married. Never had kids.
Scrooge never married, correct.
So basically, Gladstone is Donald's cousin by his father, not related to Scrooge. Gladstone is not related to Scrooge in any way.
In any significant biological way. At least.
This family tree is confusing.
Oh yes, there are
Yep.
flow charts dedicated to the
Duck family. Yeah.
To the
Oh my
McDuck
God.
family.
Yeah, it is the McDuck clan. That's right. Speaking of clans, we get the first villain for the show is the classic villain from the old series, Flintheart Glomgold. And he has the best line in the entire episode. He thinks he's so Scottish. You're not even wearing a kilt.
Or yeah, paraphrasing that. And Glomgold, oh my goodness. Just the direction they took with him. The
2 words, Scottish bimbos.
Yes, he is constantly surrounded by very attractive Scottish women carrying bagpipes.
yes, it's like Prince, you know?
Are these Scottish duck women or
Yes,
human
they're
women?
Scottish duck women.
They're wearing Glomgold's tartan.
Scottish duck
But
women.
very, very,
and
very, very
damn,
short shirts.
Damn, they have some legs.
Yeah, they're wearing girls' kilts.
No, those aren't even girls' kilts. They're wearing mini skirts. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
I was being polite, but oh my God, so much of this. And
Back to the narrative. We should
yeah, we should.
go to.
So the
Webby
boys are abducted by Webby, and she basically
leads them to what she believes is Scrooge's treasure room inside McDuck Manor. In actuality,
she
it's the
calls
garage.
it a treasure room.
Yeah.
She knows what it actually is.
No, she doesn't. Because she does say, oh yeah, what about the garden hose of destiny? Or the long-lost magazine stacks of Atlanta? You're right.
I took that as her trying to make it up.
I don't know. Webby does strike me as a girl who just really, really wants everything to be an amazing adventure.
Oh, I'm
She
pretty
strikes me more as a
sure.
girl who's been sheltered, and now she's in the house of Scrooge McDuck, who she's been fangirling over, and everything is awesome to her.
Everything is awesome.
Very much so. Because she readily admits that Mrs. Beakley is a bit overprotective. And apparently, Beakley has her hands full trying to manage Webby. So, I mean, it's and as well as keep house. So,
Because again, as we've stated, there's no Duckworth. There's just Mrs. Beakley. So she is not only the maid, but also the butler.
Well, that might mean that Duckworth just is gone for whatever reason for a
no,
while.
I think Duckworth, if he appears in the first episode, he probably works for McDuck Industries. Like he was providing the business report at the very beginning. Then that Scrooge is like,
Yeah, he's basically the Pepper Potts to Scrooge's Tony Stark.
yes,
I could see that.
that's a good way of putting it. And Mrs. Beakley is Jarvis. So
It's a Jarvis who could break you with her fucking bicep and captures ghosts in a vacuum.
yes. In the garage, they encounter actual relics of Scrooge's adventures, which causes the skeptical Dewey to go, "Oh my God, this is real." Scrooge comes in, hearing a racket.
They're
saying,
going
what
fake.
Dismal Downs is going on here? Dismal Downs being...
Okay, hang on. Before you jump into Scrooge getting there, they first call it fake because they see a picture of Scrooge and their Uncle Donald with it, and they're like, oh. Because they don't know anything about their uncle's past. Which really kind of implies that Donald has been raising them very protectively.
Yeah, Donald has gone to great pains to make sure they don't know about his adventuring life.
I wouldn't say great pains,
but also great pains to just absolutely make sure nothing bad ever happens to them. He forces them to wear life vests when the babysitter's around in case the houseboat sinks.
But is that due to the boys being the rambunctious troublemakers we know them to be, partly? Or is that because
I'm pretty sure it's Donald's overprotectiveness, especially in the next half. He shows family pictures to his new employees or co-workers.
Which means basically Donald's been raising these boys since they were basically babies.
Pretty much from the egg, yes.
So something happened to his sister.
Mm-hmm. Outside of that, so once
shenanigans and craziness ensue, and great Uncle Scrooge proves how much of a badass he is, but then accidentally does something that the nephews and Webby have done before. So there's this relic in there it's a stone dragon that is cursed, that if you hit the gong 3 times, the spirit of the dragon will come out, will awaken. And so they hit it 2 times by accident, and then Scrooge hits it once by accident, like, oh no! And he's like, oh, what? It only activates the curse if you hit it. Oh, and you hit it 2 more times, didn't you?
It releases the dragon Pishu, who, in actual Chinese folklore, is a gold-devouring creature. And who owns the largest collection of gold in Duckburg?
Or more than is in the actual planet, according to game theory.
Yeah, at least one measurement on his list.
It's so making a beeline towards Scrooge's money bin. He catches on, tries to subdue him.
Again, Pichu is flying through Duckburg, and Scrooge, a duck man who is probably in his
hundreds.
60s. Let's be generous and say he's in his 60s, is holding on to his freaking back.
But how will the kids catch up with him? They need a pilot. I'm a pilot.
Hi, Launchpad!
Launchpad! Oh my god, he's amazing.
I will say this, though. That joke did get a little old.
McQuack has solely been Scrooge's chauffeur for the time being, and he's a terrible driver.
Because Launchpad. Each dent is coming out of your salary. But
Launchpad is a longtime staple. We're happy to see him again. Nice to see him being dopey all over again.
Exactly. They pull up Scrooge. Scrooge stops the dragon and demonstrates his ability to swim through gold.
That's a hell of a talent.
Awesome. It is an amazing talent, to be sure.
And also one of the best lines after the kids get him all ready to go. Any questions? Launchpad's a pilot?
Yeah. Since when is Launchpad a pilot?
So this is technically just the first episode. The next episode actually has them going on a legit adventure.
We should point out where Donald gets hired, because we show him in the waiting room having shenanigans over
next to one of the most obscure Easter egg references I think anyone is ever going to know. Roxanne from the Goof Troop.
That is Roxanne. I was right. I was like, that looks like Roxanne. Holy shit, that is Roxanne. Okay,
that's fucking Roxanne from the Goofy movie. We might see Goofy in this series.
But yes.
And if we might see Goofy, that means we might see Donald. Nikki.
But also when Donald is having his tantrum, he unstraightens a picture.
Yes, he stops quacking, tilts a picture, and then resumes. That's so amazing. But he gets hired as a sailor
for Glomgold Industries.
Exactly. It's a beautiful cliffhanger for the midway point, because we're going, what? So Scrooge, in his after the kids said, "You used to be a big deal," he gets all, "I'm not a has-been. They're the has-beens. I'm an am now."
No. Scrooge McDuck does not need any help. Mrs. Bickley, help, please.
Yeah. So with mysterious weather patterns going over the Drake Barrier Reef.
The Drake Barrier Reef.
All right, you know what? No one is allowed ever again to complain about My Little Pony's horse puns.
Still gonna happen.
Yeah.
This is stupid because they're the best part.
Watch the new DuckTales series. You will never complain about My Little Pony puns ever again.
I don't know why anyone complains about them. They're awesome.
So the idea is that there is a secret opening to Atlantis that will finally be open. And so off Scrooge goes with the kids and Launchpad piloting the sub.
And Webby, yes. And of course, Donald is being a paranoid lunatic. What does Scrooge say? I run a multi-trillion-dollar operation. I think I can handle a few hooligans. Did he say hooligans?
Children. He said children.
Children. I think I can handle a few children. We're for a pretty low-key day. As they're about to be drowned by Launchpad before, they shut the hatch.
No thanks to Dewey.
Thanks to fucking Dewey. Wait, is it Dewey? Yeah, Dewey's the blue
yes,
one. Louie's the green one.
And
everyone knows
of elimination. Huey's.
Everyone knows Huey. He's the red one.
Is he a red hue?
No, he
wears a red shirt.
He wears a red shirt.
Oh, I see what you did there, and I don't like it.
I'm an artist. Leave me alone.
Right, so off they go. Webby, though, has neglected to tell... This sets up a running gag throughout the episode, but Webby has neglected to tell her granny where she's going, so Louis says, "Look, you're being wholly irresponsible. She's gonna get worried. Take this phone right now. Call your grandmother. Tell her that you're staying over at a friend's house."
He's basically like, look, you're being irresponsible, just tell her a lie and it'll be okay.
Lying! It's the responsible thing.
These children are terrible, terrible people.
Yes, they are. But
and naturally, the lie gets worse and worse throughout the course of the adventure.
And then we find out when Launchpad is like concussed and full of cobra venom, he can speak Swedish fluently.
We think.
I want to know what he says in Swedish.
I know, right? I'm assuming he said something.
I'm sure he said something. Apparently, a lot of Swedish people said, oh, it's basically just gibberish. But yeah, he's saying something.
So he's now talking like he's from The Sims.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like poor... It's not pronounced as a Swedish person would, like accent or... dialect or something. I mean, it is Swedish, yes, but it's not Swedish.
There's no actual inflection or context in any of the stuff he's actually saying.
So just as the sub is about to reach Atlantis, they have to make a pit stop, and there's this unmarked freighter in the middle of the ocean. One registered to Glomgold Industries.
Somehow, the sub docks with the freighter, and all of them get on board. Dewey uses the restroom, and none of them are seen until they leave the restroom.
Well, apparently, Glomgold runs a very. I'm not surprised that Glomgold would run a very skeleton crew.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know, like, if we saw a crew on that freighter. All we see is Donald and his co-workers, which are a bunch of mercenaries, a couple of wolves, and, of course, a ninja parrot woman?
Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah, Gabby
McStabberson.
That is a great name for a mercenary.
And here's the thing. I saw this character and I was like, oh my god, this is so much like the pirates in the MOP movie. She looks she looks like she could be part of the crew.
Yeah, Gabby McStabberson. Hack and slash something Nikov or
yeah, they're wolves.
They're
whatever.
Russian wolves, basically.
They're Russian wolves. They don't have a line. Gabby's the only one of these three that actually has any dialect.
Hey, can we bum a ride off you guys?
Oh god, that was great. Mr. Duck, can we get a ride from you?
Yeah.
And Donald's just like, oh god, whatever. Oh, and you know the entire internet's going to be shipping her and Donald.
He's already with Dave.
I don't know. I don't know how much we will be seeing of the mercenaries from here on out.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, whatever.
I know
I'm just saying it's the internet. If they can ship Trixie and Maud, they can ship anyone.
Yeah, I'm sure when Starry gets back and sees the episode, she'll go, I ship.
Oh, we'll have lots of shipping then.
Yep.
They get to Atlantis. The entire city's upside down because
reasons.
Because reasons, yeah. And so, as soon as Dewey hears the words death traps in terms of finding treasure, he's off like a shot trying to explore. He gets a bit dejected because, the buzzsaws are in the ceiling, not the floor.
Because the whole city is flipped
upside
on
down. However, that does not stop Launchpad from getting covered in vipers.
Well, what happens is that Dewey, dejected, kicks a stone, it hits the trigger, and while it would have opened a viper pit, the vipers drop from the ceiling, out of the pit.
Man,
how did they stay alive?
Yeah, I was going to say, how do they stay alive?
Cartoon logic. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you have to explain with this one.
Due to the time, we gotta really wrap this up. So, treasure acquired, lesson learned, Glomgold gets his comeuppance, and...
McDuck! That's line.
And Donald gets his houseboat moved into the McDuck pool.
Because Dewey, being the idiot that he is, decided to leave the engine running on the houseboat, and it kind of caught fire.
Kind of.
So they have to fix it first.
Yeah.
Kinda.
So Donald gets the houseboat dropped into Scrooge's pool instead for the time being.
Lovely.
And then there's the cliffhanger when they're cleaning out the Hall of Treasure. Garage. Garage. Dewey looks at the picture with
Scrooge and Donald, fighting the ghost pirate.
Flips up a page and sees Mom? Black credits.
And it's just kind of like, you better actually answer this question, you motherfuckers. Because this is being aired on Disney XD, right?
Yes.
But that means it's never going to be shown.
Well, Disney XD is kind of a place where shows go to die.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll never know.
I don't know if that's the same here. It seems like a pretty popular channel here.
It's because for here, Disney XD is on a premium package.
Yeah.
like
fuck
Discover
that shit.
Family
Oh,
is.
you
Okay,
got
that's-
And
it's like the basic level of cable here.
Because the actual Disney Channel needs to keep room for all of its live action My Carly like wannabe knockoff.
because Disney
I can
Channel,
go on Disney XD on my Xbox.
Disney Channel is made for girls, and Disney XD is trying to be made for boys, but they're just not doing a very good job.
But we'll see how it goes. I mean, Disney XD has My Little Pony now, so we'll see. Anyway,
I thought that was still
in short, the new DuckTales reboot so far is fucking amazing. Every single bit of it has been a joy to watch. From David Tennant's just letting loose with his goddamn Scotsman accent. He doesn't even do anything to make himself sound old. He's just speaking in his native Scottish accent. Launchpad's brilliant ineptitude, the triplets' actual new depth to themselves. Webby, thank God for Webby. Mrs. Beakley, oh God, everything has just been too much fun. I mean, you can tell it's still that campy little kid show, but
Now, I will say this. For those of you who are reminiscent of the old 80s cartoon, there's Always Way Forward's DuckTales Remastered, which is a completely remastered version of the original DuckTales for the NES and the Genesis, that still have all of the old VAs, even McScrooge's VA before he passed
the late
away.
Alan Young.
Yes, because he was like in his early 90s when he voiced this.
Alan Young died last year.
Yeah. So this is
so before the game came out.
2-3 years ago when the game came out. But it is such a wonderfully done game. Everything is as you remember. It's beautiful. It's animated.
All right, I gotta ask, guys. Those of you who watched this and you heard Tennant first say "blow me bagpipes," did you squeal like little girls?
I have to say a little twinge of, yeah, this is right, when he said, curse me kilts.
Curse me kilts or blow me bagpipes.
Bless me bagpipes.
Bless me bagpipes, that's right.
Phrase.
Bless me bagpipes. When I heard that, I was like, oh yes, they've got it. Tennant. And here's the thing, when Tennant was asked to do this, he said, I feel bad for taking a paycheck. I would do this for free. You can clearly tell he's having way too much fun voicing Squirrel.
Yeah, but be careful what you ask for.
Well, he's already signed a contract, so he can say whatever the fuck he wants.
Yep.
Not to mention, he's already been part of a beloved franchise and one of its most beloved performers.
Exactly.
Yes. So, I think he's going to be okay taking on another hugely popular role.
Indeed. Alrighty, guys. With that, I think it's time for us to end the show. We will be on tomorrow night. Zai will not be here, which means I have to host the show tomorrow. Yay. But that may mean that you'll get both today and tomorrow's episodes up on YouTube. So
yeah, I need to put the recordings I have on like a Google Drive here or something.
You could go one step further and edit out the music for me.
I don't know how to do that, and
Yes,
I don't want to.
I can show you. It's easy.
I can't edit.
Yes, you can.
And also, I if I was putting on YouTube, I'd probably keep the music.
Well, I don't. I got to take it off because they'll get mad at me.
But it's pony stuff.
It doesn't matter. It's called copyright infringement, even though if it's not actually copyrighted, things will find a way to do it.
Yes.
So shall we say our goodbyes and have our final say?
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Say your goodbyes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This already your final.
Yes.
Your final.
This is Zerty saying that tomorrow, unfortunately, I will not be on.
Aww.
Yes, Rainbow Dash is now taking me out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man, you better not let AJ hear you say that.
Taking me up for because no, it's not that. It's something she signed up for and then asked me to go.
Wait, you're going to do singing with Lexi again?
Well, make sure the next time you two go out on a function together that you don't have to play investigator again. Every single time I bring that up, I have to listen to Sherlock bitching his head off about how you took so long.
To make sure.
You saying there's more than one?
I know, right?
Off we go. See you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll see you next week.